All right, my man, state your name and let them know we on Nicovelli TV.
What's up? This is Big Mike from the Bronx. You tuned in to Nicovelli TV.
All right, man, let the world know where we at right now.
Right now, we in Brooklyn, Clinton Hill.
Talk to me,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
So you're a Knicks fan.
Absolutely. Long time.
When you been a Knicks fan?
Oh, man. My memories of Knicks fan goes back to, like, Truck Robinson, Michael Ray Richardson, of course, Bernard King, the whole Patrick Ewing era.
Now, let's talk about Bernard King, man. What you liked about Bernard King's game?
Bernard King was like the LeBron James of his time. He could do everything. He could handle the ball, rebound, slasher. He could shoot, you know. But his aggressiveness, you know what I'm saying? You know, Bernard will give you 30 and hardly break a sweat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. You know, I remember them games on Christmas when, you know, he would drop 50 on Christmas. You know what I mean? He'd go out and drop 45 the next night. I remember it was the playoffs against the Celtics, and he gave Bird and them the business. You know, 30 here, 40 there.
Damn.
I think at that time, he set a record. At that time, he set a record for most points in a 5-game series at that time. And I think they only played 4. I don't know.
Damn.
If my memory serves me right.
All right.
Yeah,
Now,
so, yeah.
if you had to point out a weakness in Bernard game, what would it be?
I don't know, man. It was hard. Bernard was unstoppable, man.
Yeah?
You know, yeah, Bernard was that kind of guy. You know what I'm saying? He'd give it to you on both ends of the floor. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So, he didn't have too many weaknesses. I mean, he was unstoppable until he got hurt.
Was he a ball hog?
Nah. But you know, that Knicks team he had, when Hubert Brown was coaching him, he was the go-to guy. You know what I'm saying? It was like, give him the ball and let him do his thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I mean, but he wasn't no selfish player. I don't remember him being selfish at all.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Never.
All right. Moving right along, man.
Talk to me.
Who was the greatest point guard the Knicks ever had?
Greatest point guard. Wow. Oh, man, that's a loaded question, bro. I don't know.
Want me to help you out? Want me to give some names out?
Because you got Earl Monroe.
Rob Strickland.
You got Rod Strickland.
Clyde.
You got Clyde. You got Mark Jackson. I mean, man, you can pick your poison when it comes to the point guards.
Let's talk about Clyde, man.
You know, I mean, Clyde was a little bit before my time. You know, I seen a lot of film on Clyde. You know, I remember a story where they said when they got Earl and Pearl, and they was like, those two guards couldn't play on the same team. But those two guards made it work, and they won a championship.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I think they both put their style of play to the side a little bit, so they can be cohesive as one, and they made it work. But, oh man, from what I remember, talking like from the 80s up, it would probably have to be between Rod Strickland and Mark Jackson. The guys I see play point guard for the Knicks. Rod will give you 18, 9, 5. And you be like, where was he on the floor? Did he play? You know what I'm saying? Rod was that kind of dude. Rod will give you buckets.
Rob Strickland, right?
That's right. You know.
Did he play D in your eyes?
Oh yeah, Rod was solid, yo. He was solid. I know Rod. Rod is from my old neighborhood, you know, not too far from my old neighborhood.
By
in the
Lincoln
South
Hospital,
Bronx.
right?
Yeah. I think he grew up in Mitchell houses. I grew up in Melrose. So I know his brothers. I watched him play, you know, even when the summer league tournaments, you know. So, you know, Rod was that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Patrick Ewing, man. My boy Pat.
Talk about it.
Now, I know he's catching a lot of slack. Us New Yorkers still holding him down for the finger roll instead
Finger
of...
roll.
Talk to me about that,
You
man.
know
Do that
what,
take away his legacy?
Nah. Because Pat is one of the best centers to ever play the game. So I mean, if you outside of a championship, you really can't knock that man. You know, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen stood in his way. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it real. They couldn't get over that hump, and when they did, Jordan was out the league in a strike-shortened season.
2 years at that, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Striking out in baseball.
You know what I'm saying? You know, Jordan gave their shot. They couldn't get over the hump, and when they got to the finals, you know, San Antonio handled their business.
Now, was you aware? Because someone pulled my coattail and gave me a jewel concerning Michael Jordan telling Patrick Ewing, "You need to come with me." He was trying to get Patrick Ewing to join the Bulls.
I never
and
heard
when
that.
Ewing said no, he said you would never, ever get a championship.
You know what? Now that you mention it like that, I may have heard something like that before. Because when you say that Mike told Pat, "You never win a championship without me,"
Right.
I think I heard that.
Yeah.
So that might have some validity to it. I'm not sure.
But other than that, man, Patrick Ewing is the GOAT, man. He did a lot for New Yorkers. He put the city on his back.
He put the whole city on his back.
And he deserved respect, man.
He definitely did. And you know, I didn't like the way they did him in the end.
Well, as far as what?
Shipping him off to Seattle. You know what I'm saying? You know, if Patrick had bad wheels, let him have bad wheels. Let him go out. Even if he got to, come off the bench. Don't, let him be a lifelong Knick. He didn't have to, in his last few years, go to Seattle, and I think he landed at another spot too, but I'm not quite sure. But I love Pat, man. Pat made Knick basketball in the 80s and the 90s. You know what I'm saying?
Now, do you think he was just as good as Bernard King?
I would have loved to see them two play together. We might be having a different discussion right now. See, when Bernard got hurt, they drafted Patrick.
I think they played 1 year together, right?
And I don't think they never played together. Because they thought, see, when Bernard got hurt, those ACLs that we see today, that was career ending back then. The technology, the medical technology wasn't there back then. So they thought Bernard was finished goods. So they shipped him to Washington.
And he did work on the Knicks.
And he was an all-star the very next year. Or the year after that. He was the old Bernard again. But like I said, we'll never know how that duo would have panned out. Like I said, we probably having a different conversation right now.
All right, my boy John Starks.
Number 3.
And he went 3 for 18.
In
the finals. Talk to me about that.
I mean, you know.
And you had Orlando Blackman on the bench.
I don't know, man. Maybe the lights was too bright. I don't know. You know, everybody get in a shooting. He just picked the worst time to go 3 for 18, bro. You know, so I'm not knocking him. I won't knock him. You know, shooters shoot. And he was a shooter.
And his defensive game was no joke.
Absolutely. John knew how to clamp down on opposing guards.
And you know who gave him props? No other than Michael Jordan.
Mike. You know what I'm saying? So that, when you get a co-sign from Mike, man, you solidify. You know what I'm saying? Mike is a GOAT.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, speaking of John Starks, where were you when he did the dunk?
Oh, man. Where was I? Probably at home with my friends and family, man, you know. And we just went nuts.
Now, for the record, who did he dunk on?
On Grant and Jordan. Jordan came in the picture late, but it was Grant and him.
Now, look at the camera for those who say that Jordan didn't get dunked on.
Now, Jordan was coming into the picture. He was up there with him. But it was mostly Grant, but Mike was coming in. Mike thought maybe he would come in late and try to block a shot, but it was too late. You know?
With the left at that.
John Starks was already on his ladder. You
Woo!
know what I'm saying? And nobody wasn't going to deny him.
Woo!
Nobody.
And that man came from packing bags.
That's right.
Into
the
the
grocery store. They're out in the Midwest somewhere. You You know what I'm saying?
Tried out for the team.
And now he a Knickerbocker legend.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Dogs did a lot for us.
Absolutely. I used to love when he put the mask on his face.
That's right.
He was a different type of player, man.
Different type of player, man.
Yeah, he was like Jason on the fucking
Talk about it.
in the Knicks jersey,
That's
man.
right. Talk about it.
Now, moving right along, man. Was you a fan of Hubert Davis?
I'm a North Carolina fan, so yeah, I'm a fan of Hubert Davis. I gotta say that. I mean, Hubert Davis hit a couple of big shots for us in the playoffs.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So he was solid. He was a solid guard. I mean, you know, he's a North Carolina guy, man. Come on, man. I gotta give him props. I never go against my Carolina Blue family. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
Props to Hubert Brown.
Okay.
Hubert.
Yep. Now, we got this guard. I call him Officer Frankie, a.k.a. Frank Ntilikina, because he's good with his defense, but his offense, he only averages 5 points per game. What should we do with the French kid? If you're familiar with him?
I watched his game. I look at how that draft went, and I'm quite sure we could have bagged. Well, I think we picked him up now. But what's the young kid, Dennis Smith?
Junior, yeah.
Yeah, but
You think we should keep Dennis Smith Jr.?
Absolutely. Frank will be on the second squad.
Second tier?
Second tier, man. I mean, I don't even know if he has value when we could probably even trade him. You know, I mean, he's young. I get it.
Now, you know defense wins games, man.
I understand that, but you know, we play in the East, you know, we need offense. You know, well, I mean, you know, if you can't generate no offense for us, I mean, I respect the defensive part of the game, but I need an all-around guard that can do it all. You know what I'm saying? I feel more comfortable with that.
Okay.
And I think this new kid, I think R.J. Barrett and Dennis Smith Jr. fit that bill. So, you know, I'm not knocking a young guy, Frank, but
you just don't see him.
Nah, I really don't.
You wasn't impressed what he did, the FIBA Cup?
I wasn't. I wasn't.
So you think that was a bunch of hype, he did with Kemba Walker?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, everybody has a day, you know what I'm saying? You know, I seen, even Mike said people gave him the business, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, like what's my man? He played with Golden State. He was down with Tim Hardaway and Chris Mullin at the time, the other guard.
He's playing now?
Nah, he's retired. When Chris Mullin,
You talking about Sprewell?
nah, it was Chris Mullin.
But we get to that.
They call him Run DMC or something like that. It was Chris Mullin. What's the guard name? His son used to play for us with the Knicks. They traded him. And Tim Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway Jr.?
All right, well, it was Chris Mullin, Tim Hardaway, and the other guard. They played together on the same team back in the 90s.
So I'm not.
But Mike said he used to give him the business every night. I forgot his name. I can't call it, but I'm quite sure your viewers know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, they'll call it out, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mark Jackson, his game as a point guard, man.
Solid, floor general. I don't think Mark ever really got the respect he really deserves as a true point guard.
Why you say that?
I don't know, because I guess because he played when Magic was still there in the game, and your boy from Utah, you had all these other top guards in the league at the time, but Mark Jackson was steady. You know, he'd give you 10 assists a game. You know, he was Rookie of the Year. Nobody even remembers that Mark was Rookie of the Year coming out of St. John's. You know what I'm saying? He's probably in the top 5, probably now, all-time assist leader. To me, he's a Hall of Famer. You know, I don't think he just got his due credit as a true point guard. I love Mark.
All right, man.
Yeah.
And with that being said, man, this is
Yes, sir.
Nicovelli TV. We're in the heart of Brooklyn.
Appreciate you, brother.
We on Nicovelli TV in the heart of Brooklyn.
Nicovelli TV. Shout out Nicovelli TV.
And that's what it is, man. To all my viewers, y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe, y'all. And we
Peace.
out. Peace.